This is a sports catastrophe production.
Hey there, how there, ho there, it's Jeff Coder and welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe Birthday Boy. And the birthday boy for today, February the 22nd, is an NHL icon who played his entire career for New York State teams, the Islanders, the Sabres, and the Rangers. He's in the Hockey Hall of Fame since 2003. His career ended acrimoniously by concussions and actually holds the record for most points per game by an American-born player. So that is just huge. And all that. And he's known for the call on Western New York by one famous broadcaster, Rick Jeanneret, who died last year. La 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 Fontaine. That's right, it's Pat LaFontaine, who turns 59 today. He grew up in Michigan and into the Detroit area. In 1977, he was part of the Quebec Pee Wee tournament at Carnival. All that. He would do his junior career surprisingly in Quebec in Verdun. In his one and only season, he put up 104 goals for the Verdun College Francois. I think that's what their name was, Verdun Juniors. But anyway, he was the top scorer of the 83-83 season, even outscoring Mario Lemieux, which was shocking. And all that. So he actually ended up being the MVP of the regular season, MVP of the playoffs, as well as the best professional prospect. Who's the CHL Player of the Year, and all that. So the Islanders went into the 1983 draft with the third overall pick. They picked that up from the Colorado/New Jersey franchise in 1981 in a trade when they traded Bob Lorimer and Dave Cameron to Colorado. So that first round pick was number 3, and the Islanders, after Brian Lawton and Sylvain Turgeon would be picked, both with fringe NHL careers, the Islanders had to move and took LaFontaine from Verdun. LaFontaine would play for the U.S. Olympic team in 1984 in Sarajevo, so his NHL career didn't get off till after the Winter Olympics, and then arrived to join the Islanders in time for the Stanley Cup playoffs. LaFontaine actually made an impact, scoring 2 goals in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals against the Oilers, although those were the only 2 goals the Islanders would score. LaFontaine had a decent career, and then in 1987, it went off as he was famous for scoring the winning goal in Game 7 of the first round between the Islanders and the Capitals in Washington in the game known as the Easter Epic, in which the game actually went very long. It started on April 18th, and then it ended just before 2 a.m. on Easter Sunday, April 19th. LaFontaine found the puck and just took a slapper and somehow got through Bob Mason and into the net as the Islanders won that game and got to move on to the second round, where the Flyers were waiting to beat them. LaFontaine would suffer the first of his many concussions in 1990 in the playoffs against the Rangers after an open ice hit by James Patrick. He fell on his head and was unconscious while being taken off the ice in a stretcher. The ambulance actually was delayed en route to the hospital because Ranger fans rocked and pounded it as it left MSG. LaFontaine was not around for the Islanders against the Rangers in that series, the rest of the series. In 91, LaFontaine had a good season and all that. And frustrated with how the Islanders were playing as a team, he turned down a 4-year, $6 million contract and didn't want to play for the Islanders. 3 weeks into the season, the Islanders decided to get the trade and trade LaFontaine away. He was traded alongside Randy Wood to Buffalo for 4 players, including Pierre Turgeon. Pierre Turgeon, Yogi Krupp, and a few others. Can't remember who. But that was a major trade. LaFontaine would be going to Buffalo. And in 57 games in that 92 season, he put up 93 points. The following season, he put up 148 points, 53 goals, 95 assists in the high-scoring 93 season. In fact, it's the most points scored by an American-born player in one season, 148, and may never be topped again. Well, Austin Matthews could, but Matthews also scores a lot more goals than assists. So anyway, he had a good playmaking deal. And his line mate, Alex McGillney, he helped get to 76 goals, which is still a Sabres record, and was tops in the NHL that year. LaFontaine actually had the Art Ross Trophy in his hands when Mario Lemieux was missing games due to chemo for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. But Lemieux came back roaring on a scoring pace, and the Penguins were doing so well, and he overtook LaFontaine easily. LaFontaine did get second place in the scoring race, and was a finalist for MVP and the Lady Byng Trophy. Didn't get either of them. In 95, he was given the Masterton Trophy for his perseverance in hockey. And all that. So, regardless, after 97, he would sign with the Rangers as a free agent. Unfortunately, though, he would be concussed in a game, ironically, against the Sabres, and that was just the end of it for LaFontaine's career. He was one of 6 NHL players in history to skate for every one of the 3 New York State teams, the Islanders, the Rangers, and the Sabres. The others, Mike Donnelly, Jason Daw, Martin Biron, Chad Johnson, and Taylor Pyatt. And uniquely, LaFontaine played in his entire career in the state of New York. The others played for other teams. So, anyway, regardless of that, he played internationally for the States for a few tournaments and was part of the 96 World Cup team that won the gold medal over Canada. So, yeah, he had massive concussions and all that. So, that just didn't happen and all that. So, yeah, so he did run goal scoring, and then he got that concussion and all that. He got inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2003, which was pretty impressive what he could do. Buffalo in 2006 would retire as number 16 and was named the 3rd greatest Sabre in the team's first 40 years. So he actually founded the Companions and Courage Foundation, an organization that builds interactive game rooms in children's hospitals throughout North America. He was given a Humanitarian Award, part of the Nassau County Sports Hall of Fame for his job with the Islanders, and all of that. He was actually invited to the Vatican in 2016 by Pope Francis. It was shocking. Anyway, in 2006, the Islanders announced that LaFontaine would be senior advisor to the owner. After Neil Smith got fired by the Isles, he resigned in protest. That took 6 weeks. All that. So anyway, he did all that. He works as a commentator for MSG Network. Times. LaFontaine was named president of hockey operations for the Sabres. And, he was there. But 3 months later, he would resign. So anyway, he was named the Canadian Hockey League's Player of the Year, or top scorer for points. Well, the Canadian Hockey League is the 3 leagues of the Ontario League, the Western League, and the Quebec League. He helped Verdun win the 1983 President's Cup for Quebec, the postseason stuff. And I do believe that, Verdun did not win the Great Memorial Cup. That was, I think, Portland. Anyway, he had a lot of trophies in 1983, and the Islanders just had to pick him 3rd overall, which was a good move. He went to 5 All-Star games, the Masterton Trophy in 95, 2nd All-Star team in 93, so he did well. So with the Isles, Sabres, and Rangers, he had 468 goals in 865 games, 1,013 points, so he got the 1,000-point plateau. In the playoffs, 26 goals in 69 games. And he's known for the Easter Epic, and that's how he should be remembered. Also for his great play and not for his concussions. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.